Good evening, my beloved Beyond the Call of Duty friends and family, and good evening to our EOW families. It's another Friday night, April 5th, 2024. I want to just really say sorry for not being on last Friday night. There's just been a lot of moving parts. Allison's here this weekend. We are wrapping up some accommodations. She has the route finally done and came down here to spend the weekend so we could finish the hotel accommodations. She has been, I listen. I got to give hats off to her. A lot of people don't know what happens, but she put herself in a dark hole, covered herself up, and really went to working on this route. It is 73 days. 73 days. Those are the departments. Those are the stops. Over 22,500 miles. Over 249 officers that will be
259.
259. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. Over 258 officers that will be talked about, loved on, that will be showcased, that their names will be said, because that's what we're about. We're not here to talk about badge numbers. We're not here to talk about any of that. We're here to talk about who these beautiful men and women are, what they've done, why they've left such a huge impact on us and their families, and to remind the families that we are not going to forget. These are officers that were killed in the line of duty for 2022 and 2023, and it's the route that's being done. Unfortunately, it's going to be 4 bikes and a memorial that will be traveling for 73 days. 73 days.
You can kind of see on here as it shows through the days, we have multiple days that we are visiting 5, 6 departments in one day. So it's we're packing it all into 73 days. We've got 234 departments that we're visiting in 73 days.
Yeah.
And but it's going to be amazing.
It's
We've
always
already
amazing.
been hearing some of the most amazing stories about these men and women. I've talked to quite a few of their. I've talked to dads and spouses, wives, and a husband, and it's just going to get better as we actually get to meet them in person and hear more about their loved ones and
Yeah.
hear those wonderful stories that we can then share with everyone else.
And kind of some of the things I, even just this last week, we've been thinking about. Some 2020, we were just happy to go to 68 days
Yeah.
and 94 departments. And, everything's evolved. Everything's just really evolved. And um, our goal has always been to not forget these beautiful men and women, not to forget the departments. And we continue to do that with the beautiful work that the Spokane chaplains do. And now we're bringing these beautiful families to them, and again, invited this year to bring more to them. You got me pushed on getting the whole East Africa safari started, and we started with two different groups of survivors. And this year alone, for this year, you've got 3 applicants, 3 applications in. So we still haven't finished the application process. So please, if you'd like to go in honor of your loved one to East Africa and go on a safari, do so. Allison can attest to how that is. She's been there now and is a pro at it, and she's going to probably be running it. So, it's
But
we do everything budget conscious because We try to save the money so it can be shared wealth-wise across the board. So not always are we doing five-star stuff, but we are still doing it.
It's still the experience that I didn't think it was 1-star stuff. I'll tell you that. But it's you still have the experience and the time with the survivors, and
Yeah.
to have that, to build that even more and to see them kind of blossom. It's like
Oh
you
my
can
God,
see, if
it's
you can see healing in front of your eyes, we got to see that, I
and
think.
and I think our goal was making new memories.
Yeah, that was
You
the
know, that was what our motto was uh, coming in with what you've got, but leaving with a new memory. And I think we accomplished that.
I absolutely believe that.
Um, and yeah, it was definitely amazing. So please watch for us when we're on the road. Thank our sponsors. Listen, we got Phoenix Protected Corporation again. They are that's one of the reasons why we even exist. A lot of people don't know it, but if it wasn't Phoenix, then they've carried the burden on this. We need to get more people now to understand and become sponsors so that they can also step back just a little bit and look at the growth of this. Want to thank Lone Wolf Harley for everything they do. Holly and Greg have been above and beyond amazing. You're going to see more of them this year, not only when we take off, when we arrive. You're going to see them pop up a couple of times. They've already committed this year to doing that, and they're going to really help with that.
I just saw them today,
You
which
did?
is always wonderful that Greg made a point to come down from his busy work and
Absolutely.
come and say hi to us. And, we had not met them before all this.
No,
And
no.
they have been absolutely amazing to us personally. They have been such huge supporters of Be on the Call as as a dealership. They
And
just
our survivors.
Yeah, they have treated them amazingly
I
every
mean,
time we brought them in.
yeah.
It's
I mean,
I,
they just stop. It doesn't matter how busy they are. They will stop everything. Just like Michael D.
Mhm.
Just, absolutely like Michael D., where the world stops and our survivor comes in. And it's just, what I've seen is Greg and Holly both they'll give it a big hug.
yeah. Oh yeah, Holly's always
Yeah.
arms open to all our survivors, which
And,
is
and Michael as well.
Yeah.
And that's all they're looking for. So, absolutely amazing. Want to really thank Yokes. Cannot thank Yokes enough. Not only have they continued their beautiful support, their generosity of making sure that we can do pop-ups at their locations throughout the Northwest and bringing our memorial, embracing it, and also helping with other stuff when Thanksgiving's coming and just all these other things that they have really stepped up. So please thank Yokes, and if you can, go down there and shop and spend some money there. Want to thank ProVision for being a first-time sponsor. This year, you're going to see some amazing stuff from ProVision. ProVision is going to install 4, I believe, live stream video cameras that they are going to live stream the whole event from start to finish. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. If you guys can see, yeah. But
But it's amazing.
it's
It's
yeah,
gonna be good. It's
it's
gonna be wonderful, and it's gonna catch things that we don't have the opportunity to catch, because by the time we see it, it's too late.
Yeah.
It's gonna it absolutely is gonna catch some really cool things,
Yeah,
and some great shots.
yeah. I want to really thank Alliant for being a first-time sponsor. They really stepped up, and if anyone's looking for insurance needs, commercial or residential or internal, just get a hold of us. We'll put you on with Alliant and give some love to them. Want to thank Bud Clary out of Yakima for their continued support and their continued sponsorship. Want to thank JDC Jewelry Design Center of Spokane, also Tri Cities and Missoula, and again their continued support. Can't thank Greg with ADI. This guy amazes me.
I don't.
No.
I'm not sure how he how he sees this vision of how all the pictures and how to really showcase these men and women, and he just brings it to fruition. I mean, I saw the memorial today,
Yeah.
and I was just blown away. I am. I think we are incredibly fortunate that he is supportive, and because they do amazing work.
And he doesn't, it's
It's
material.
yeah, he,
There's no time, it's material.
which is
It's a
incredible.
huge saving.
Yeah.
So, want to really thank Stevens Media Group. Last year, they really did some stuff for us. Stevens Media Group and Phoenix partnered together, where again, Phoenix, above and beyond, agreed to work with and do some stuff for Stevens Media Group if they would advertise for Beyond the Call of Duty. And they did. They talked about us. They talked about what we're doing. So this year, Stevens Media Group is going to do some remotes I haven't told you about. While you're on the ride, they're going to do some remotes, and it's going to be interesting because you're taking the helm on this. Yeah, and you got 4 remotes with Stevens Media. You also have 4 remotes that are going to be done for um, uh, Dwayne Ingle with Fish Hunt Northwest.
Oh,
They are advertising for us at no cost to us, and they're going to talk about the ride. And Dwayne wants to do some serious live videoing with you, and think, yeah, you see how this is turning. And really want to thank Umpqua Bank, for their generous support and donation and sponsorship. So
yeah, they're based out of Oregon, but they've now got branches all over the Pacific Northwest. So
they do.
they're a pretty decent sized bank now.
Yeah, yeah. So you're going to see the trifold. We'll have it out and about. Please pick it up. We've got one event. We had to cancel one event because we organized, unfortunately, and that's going to be our Memorial Day weekend event. It's Sunland has been canceled. Could not get a few things going that we just desperately needed. We are doing our golf tournament. Yay!
May 4th.
May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Listen, we still have
Or-
some openings. You can be a whole sponsor, you can be a team member, you can just pay for somebody to golf, another officer or whatever. So May 4th, get with us, IM us, message us, even if you're in Florida. Come on, guys.
You can absolutely sponsor a current or retired law enforcement to
play.
to play and
Come
to
on,
join the
just
tournament.
just let's do this. Let's make this right. Dig in there and let's make this May 4th event an absolute stunner. Um, we have some other small pop-ups that will happen. We are helping the Shriners again this year. We are helping Tunnels for Towers again this year.
The cemetery, the
Heritage,
yes,
Heritage again. Memorial Day weekend. That's going to be a powerful one. They've done a 5K for Beyond the Call. They're going to do another 5K for us. Sign up to do the 5K. Okay, just sign up and get out there in Spokane. Do the 5K and do it for the Heritage. It's for Beyond the Call of Duty. So go out and spend some money. Enjoy that beautiful Spokane air and enjoy everything.
It's a 3.3 mile walk.
Absolutely.
Weekend, walk off a little of your barbecue,
Absolutely.
bring the whole family out.
The route jump bikes are in. Jim and Sean are leading the pack this year with you and Damien, leaving on June 1st out of Spokane. The 4 of you will be rolling for the first 2 weeks, and then we will have a list going forward on who all the jump bikes are. But I got some exciting news. Can I jump in before we do our honorary recognition for those that served? Can we jump in for some stuff? So I just really want to really throw out there our bikes. We every year talk, or this now it's every 2 years. We chose as a unit that these are our choices. we wanted to really honor David Kellerwood with White Mountain Apache Police Department end of watch February 17, 2020. We really wanted to honor Deputy Lena Marshall with Jackson County Sheriff's Office, Georgia, November 8th, 2021. We wanted to honor Dale Province with Jefferson Hills Borough Police Department, Pennsylvania, and his end of watch is June 13th, 2020. We wanted to honor Tim Brenton with Seattle Police Department. End of watch was October 31st, 2009. We wanted to honor Melton, otherwise known as Fox Score, with Horry County Police Department, South Carolina. His end of watch was January 12th, 2021. And we wanted to honor Ella French with the Chicago Police Department. And her end of watch was August 7th, 2021. Out of all of these honorees, we have 3 confirmed that are going to be on our bikes for the next 2 years. Michelle French will be representing the Chicago Police Department for the next 2 years, and her story will be told. Miss Leah Marshall with Jackson County Sheriff's Office will be honoring one of our bikes, and her story will be told. And Mr. Dale Province with Jefferson Hills Borough, his story will be told. I ask you all, if you can, reach out to the other departments that you see that haven't responded. We would love to have them on our bikes, but we do have a time limit, and if we don't get an answer back shortly, we do have to move on to the next candidates. But we would love to honor these beautiful men and women and continue their tradition of saying their name and saying it with pride, and letting them rock and roll around this beautiful nation and teach all these other officers who they were.
Yeah.
And what they stood for.
And not just the officers, but and how many times at gas stations or hotels or any stop along the side of the road, it really doesn't, that people driving by or coming in that have, see our bikes coming into the hotel at night. And they're like, who's this? Let's, and so we get to share their stories with not only at every agency we stop at, but really every other stop that we also make along the road.
Absolutely.
And it's humbling to tell people, and let them read their story and see their picture, and then talk to them about.
And we know the families. We know David Kelwood. We know the family from White Apache. We know Lena Marshall. We know Dale Province. We know Timothy Brenton. We know Melton Grohr. And we definitely know Ella French and her mother and her partner. So, we want their stories to be told. We want their stories to be heard. We want their stories to be a pillar of what it is to wear a uniform, what it is to be a sheepdog, but more importantly, who they have left behind and what is happening on that end. So, I say too much.
No.
Okay.
Perfect.
So yeah, please reach out, and you'll see the beautiful stories. Watch the drapes as they will be on the bikes as normal, and when the bikes are not rolling, they'll be rolling elsewhere. The 2 bikes that we are holding back will be used locally for a lot of stuff that's happening locally with events to keep this ride going forever and ever. And so we chose that. Reducing 2 bikes saves the organization about $12,000 for the year.
A little bit more, but yeah.
And so reducing 2 bikes saves that much in costs, which is now being added. A lot of people have asked us. In fact, Allison was talking tonight about, she was being asked about paid positions. For the first time in Beyond's Beyond the Call of Duty's world, we're gonna have the first paid position, which is a president's position, and that's the only paid position that we're gonna actually have. So we really strive to be what we can. You know, Allison gives up her summers for this. Damien gives up his summers. Richard Roberts gives up his summers, and Richard is coming back. You know, he's driving our memorial. He has one of the most important jobs out there, and he takes care of that memorial like you would not even believe. Every single one of them, of the officers, he understands, he knows, and he gets to love each of their families.
And it's not only the memorial that he does such a great job of taking care of and ensuring the memorial's safety, and the respect to the men and women pictured on it, but he also keeps us safe on the
Oh my God.
motorcycles
Oh yeah.
in front of him.
Yeah.
You know, he follows behind us pretty close. We like to stay as a very tight package, and he does the most phenomenal job.
And
Of any,
Jorge's coming
I
for
know.
a month, and you know what, Jorge, nobody really knows much about Jorge, but he's our eyes that protects us behind our
Oh yeah.
back, and Jorge has continued to watch all of us as we're doing what we're doing. That is what his mission has been, and will continue.
Whether we're on the ride or it's him in the grocery store, whether we're in Texas with him and his family, or
Or even on
here,
vacation,
or
or
on
even on
vacation in
vacation,
Mexico. I mean, he is
he just
he's
doesn't stop.
no, he is always on the lookout for everyone. It's not just us. He is just that's his,
Yeah.
it's in his soul to protect other people.
Yeah.
Um, he's a good
So
person.
listen, get on our page, get this route. If you see us in your neck of the woods, do us a favor. They're gonna need a ton of support. Food. Show up. Let us know if you can help out at the end of the night with our memorial, cleaning the memorial, getting it prepped for the next day, letting them rest. And if you can, great. I am us. We love everybody that wants to ride with us. Our insurance policy is very specific. You cannot ride with us. You have to ride behind the memorial. We have been dinged. We have been dinged. We have been dinged. And currently, our insurance went up because of some videos from last year. In fact, there was a whole group that they were told, please don't do that. And instead, they went in front, and we got dinged pretty hard for that. So please, we love you guys. We want you to be part of this, and you can represent, you can honor, you can hold. But please follow what Allison says on the road. It's not that she's making it up. We have rules. And this year, Richard is going to make sure of those rules, because it has come down to, if our insurance goes up anymore, we have to stop. And so Richard is going to be given a directive that if it's not going the way it needs to go, he's going to stop. That's it.
We can't afford to lose that insurance or to have it go up anymore.
No, we can't.
We need it
We
to scale back a little.
what got me was you getting questioned, and Sheila getting involved. This is the first time that we had to have events insurance.
I know.
Event insurance. We're going to a police department. We're going to a department, and we have to now get an extra rider on insurance for that day. I just,
I know.
mean, when we think
It's,
about it,
I think it's kind of the climate out there, and
well, it depends
if
though.
you see someone over a hot cup of coffee, oh, it's hot. I mean,
McDonald's.
it's exactly. I mean, I think some of these departments, these agencies out here have been also hit with that.
Well,
Is
I,
these frivolous lawsuits are coming,
I'm just
and
scared.
they are just trying to cover their own.
Scared of moving into New York State, because she knows that inflation on my house for a loan give me. So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Did I say that out loud? Okay, I did. All right. But listen, a lot of help would be appreciated. We are getting immense help from some of the dealerships on
Oh,
our service days. We've been struggling for the last 4 years, where it's just Allison and I and Richard even for the
last year,
last
yeah.
time. Where we're running a mile a minute, trying to get the bikes into the dealership, trying to get the trucks in,
Trailer
the
Memorial,
memorial into another one, and they happen to all be 50 miles this way.
not
Never,
this
no,
year.
yeah, no.
They are. We have got some amazing. Our second service stop of the trip is in Triadelphia, West Virginia,
Can you
which
say that
is
twice?
Triadelphia. I don't. That's
Oh, yeah,
probably
yeah, right.
incorrect, but that's how it's spelled. But they're right there on the Pennsylvania border. It's Valley Harley Davidson in Triadelphia.
Yeah.
They have been so incredibly phenomenal.
Yeah.
They've made just in the time that I was on the phone with one of the service writers, they had another service writer was on the phone getting a hold of trying to find a dealership that could service our truck that was close. We're like blocks away. Is
Wow.
where everything's going to be like Memorial here. You know, Memorial's going to be done
Could you
here,
not have
and
done that?
I
Okay, all right.
I
I love you.
and our third service stop is the same way. It's phenomenal. Pig Trail is a wonderful dealership. They're out of Bentonville, Arkansas. They are going above and beyond and bending over backwards. We've got our four techs assigned to us that day. They're like, we can take care of any need that you have. We've got you.
Well, one of the things
So
that's happening, sis, that I haven't even told you is there's a few stops where I've been doing some investigation work. Well, that's what I do normally, and my day job. Well, I actually have a couple of clients that are going to reach out to you because they would like to help and cater when you're in their neck of the woods. And yeah,
it is
you
indescribable how important that is.
absolutely.
It's kind of, I mean, you'll see when you get to see the trifolds and our actual times of these department visits come out. But I would go with, yeah, we don't have the times list. Once we get our route posted and have all that information out, you'll be able to see that, we have quite a few stops that our last stop of the day is at 5 o'clock at night. Which it's not like then we're done at 6:30. It doesn't mean that we're just staying in town. We'll have up to an hour, maybe sometimes a little bit more, depending just on where we're at, on where hotels are available. But it means us getting into hotels at after 7 o'clock at night when we're leaving no later than 7 every day.
And
So
and again,
it's a huge help when somebody just bring heck you cook hot dogs for us and we're happy as clams
but
that
but I
what
really
the
want to
hell.
throw it out there that you got to understand that the team's getting up at about 5:30 every morning. Um, we'll take Richard as an example. He's up. He is doing a complete once over on the truck and the memorial. Uh, Making sure the axles are good, making sure the tires are good, making sure everything is good. Richard is so specific about his memorial. He will clean the side that we're going to that morning. It doesn't matter what time it is, because he's not going to represent those beautiful men and women in any disrespect. Even if we washed the memorial that night,
He's still
he still will clean that morning. And then Damien and even Allison. Allison is really buried in making sure the route and are there any last minute, did the bridge fall down?
oh yeah
No.
or did our escort is
Did
the
yeah,
wrong direction
yeah.
or
And so
what's
she's
happening.
busy doing that. At which point, Damien, myself, and a couple others, we will do a complete once over on the bikes. The biggest thing is we are on two wheels, and it's already bad enough being on four wheels, but when you're on two wheels, we want to make sure we get there in one piece. We want to make sure we get there safely, and we want to make sure that no one else is inconvenienced. We don't want anyone else getting injured. We don't want anyone else getting hurt for our actions. And so we're doing a once over on everything, even though the night before All of us did a once over. It doesn't matter. In the past years, we make sure that our little ones that are with us are taken care of, that all the luggage is brought back and they didn't forget anything. We've always had that happen. Yeah,
Things have
and
been
and
misplaced.
and making sure that they had breakfast. A lot of times we don't have breakfast. We'll just have a quick snack and then carry on. But after 14 hours, we are tired. Um, y- and it's great that everyone is like, yeah, we did it for a week, we did it for 5 days or 10. After 73 days, it's pretty tiring and but we love it. And
No,
and we wouldn't trade this for
wouldn't
anything.
trade a minute of it for anything else. I mean, it's exhausting. Everyone says, "Oh my gosh, how much fun would that be?" And I'm sure you guys have a great time. And it's like, well, you're pretty much exhausted all the time.
Yeah.
But the upside and what makes it all worth it is meeting these men and women's families and their agencies, and you get to meet a kid or a parent or a spouse or a brother or sister or a coworker that,
And we just talk about the
it's
scholarship
so worth
program,
it.
and they're like, "You have a scholarship?" And we're just thinking about this, and we're worried about this. And yeah, our scholarships are unlimited. You can get 4 a year. Just apply for it. If we got the money, we're gonna give it to you. Oh, your agency meets our requirements, and you can get a canine. Your canine officer was killed with the canine.
Well, here we can.
We can help. We can help facilitate that. So, those are rewarding moments.
No, it's all worth it. It just is a little exhausting sometimes, but it's worth every
Second.
moment
Hey,
of it. Maybe not those 125-degree
I
days,
got a
but
question. You're sporting, what's up with that?
isn't that a pretty badass little
That's
beanie?
a really badass
Isn't it?
beanie. Yeah.
Yes, so we've got some new merchandise for this year. I don't know about you guys there, but I am a huge beanie wearer. I pretty much live in one all fall, winter, and spring. Um, these are
Two
great.
colors.
Yep, we got also an amazing, we're gonna save that one, that's a special treat. It's a bright blue
Yeah.
and is it an amazing beanie. They fit great, they feel wonderful, super excited to start getting these out here in a couple weeks. About 2 weeks.
We only ordered 50 of the beanies on each color, so
Yeah.
there's literally
pretty
right
limited
now
right
there's
now.
only 98
Uh,
of each. No, sorry,
No,
no,
because I got two.
but Will took two.
Oh, okay, so mine are, yeah,
So
so we still have 98.
Yeah,
But anyway, we're gonna, in the next couple weeks, we'll have the website updated with all these new products. We've also got my second favorite, because these are my husband's favorite hats, but we've got some new trucker hats.
trucker hat.
That, of course, they all have our logo. So we have this blue with the gray. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty accurate of how amazing that hat is. We also have a black and a gray, and another great. And then
You know,
this
you're
might
actually.
be my favorite is
So we
is
actually
the gray and the blue.
Yeah, but we talked
The
about
light
this.
gray and the
So
blue.
so this is what we would say. The black and the gray is our everyday get dirty hats.
Yes,
Okay. Our
that's
gray with the blue is, well, I don't want to get dirty, but I want to represent
Yeah.
good. This
this is like your
date night.
dress out. Yeah,
This is
dress
date
up night.
Yeah, this is date night.
Because this is
Yeah.
gray. Use this
Yeah.
light gray. You
Yeah.
don't want to dress
I'm
up.
I'm opening
Yeah.
the door for the wife and getting her in and all
Maybe
that.
like
Yeah,
that with the boys.
yeah this is
taken
this
away.
is taken away. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, right there.
We also have what did you maybe have?
Well, after much of your bickerings back and forth, we have removed the little strings to strangle ourselves while we're riding.
It's they strangle you. It's that they come up and like smack you in the face all the time, and you tuck them in
And they still come.
inside, and they creep their way back out and smack you in the face. So
But
now they're gone, which is
but not
great.
only are they gone, but you wanted to see the design pop.
Yeah, and it pops. That is a great, um, on the, yep, hold on, turn, there you go. So this, screen print, this print on here this year is super top notch. It looks phenomenal. It feels wonderful. It's still a thin, lightweight hoodie like our previous hoodies, but this fabric has got a great feel to it.
It has an
it's
absolutely great feel.
even though it's still the thin, it's just got a tiny bit more weight to it.
But we tested it out. We were on the bikes. They were not hitting. There was none of that. So I'm good. Okay.
As long as you get smacked in the face with the strings,
It wasn't happening. Now we got some fun stuff. You kind of redesigned the tank tops.
Yeah, we went with a new tank top this year that is it's kind of a flowy A-line, definitely women's. Definitely a women's cut. It's got a great feel to it. It's a little bit lighter. Our previous tank tops have been, you know, pretty much just a t-shirt material. This is more of a flowy fabric. I guess that's probably, but they're absolutely amazing. I can't wait for people to start seeing these and wearing them out. And then ta-da, we also got, so we've been asked a lot throughout our time. Is that
Poker chips.
Yeah. So, you know, we always have our challenge coins for our family members and sometimes some of the department members. Some, you know, a chief that's gone above and beyond, or was, you know, a lieutenant that was incredibly close, or, you know, there's all kinds of things. But we've been asked by so many people that have wanted to buy them, and we don't sell our challenge coins. So we came up with a poker chip this year that that are by donation, just more merchandise that, you know, we're trying to, people ask for things and here we do it. So these are great. You know, everyone that collects Harley poker chips, or, well, I don't know what other kind of poker chips are out there other than Harley ones, but
You can take it to the Tropicana in
yeah.
Vegas.
Well, I don't know what it'd be worth, but they're great. They're a lightweight, and so we'll have these this year that to go out to people and for purchase. So
Well, when we get through some of our unfortunates, we weren't on last week, but we lost a few officers. This is Officer Jonathan Diller with the New York City Police Department. His end of watch was March 25th. He was shot and killed during a traffic stop at 1919 Mott Avenue in Far Rockaway area of New York City. Officer Diller and his partner approached a vehicle that was stopped in front of a bus stop. Despite being asked numerous times to exit the vehicle, the subject refused. He pulled out a gun and shot Officer Diller in the stomach, striking him under his vest. Officer Diller was able to get the gun away from the subject, and his partner wounded the suspect. Officer Diller was transported to Jamaica Hospital, where he succumbed to his wounds. The subject had an extensive criminal record, was taken to Jamaica as well, and is in stable condition. You know, again, here I go back to great gun laws. Okay, we've taken a lot of New York's very open about what you can and can't do. But this gentleman had a extensive background and had a gun. So, I mean, right there, you've got an issue. Officer Diller served with the New York Police Department for over 3 years. He is survived by his wife and 1-year-old son, and he is absolutely adorable. Absolutely adorable. You know, our hearts and prayers go out to him. Our hearts and prayers go out to his family. May the family be blessed. If anything is needed, please reach out to us. We won't forget Officer Diller's name. We'll keep on saying it, and we would love for his name to continue to be said. We will be in New York or in that area if they allow us to come to honor his name in 2 years. This is Deputy Sheriff Christina Musil. And she was DeKalb County Sheriff's Office, Illinois. Her end of watch is March 29th. Deputy Sheriff Christina Musil was killed when her patrol car was struck by a commercial vehicle on Illinois 23 south of Perry Road at 1040. She was parked on the shoulder, and when an approaching vehicle struck the rear of her vehicle, she was transported to a local hospital where she succumbed to her injuries. She was also with the Illinois Army National Guard Military Police. She's an Afghanistan war veteran and served with the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office for 5 years. She's survived by her 3 children, parents, brother, and sister. And again, she, here we go. We go back to served her country, wasn't enough. Serving her beautiful community. Number of states have the move over law. But how hard is it not to just see an emergency vehicle? Why can't we just slow down a little bit and move over? I do it.
I do it even when it's just another car pulled over on the side of the road. You never know
Exactly.
what's going on. Why it costs you nothing. It takes no time out of your day to turn a turn signal on, move over, give them all the space that they need to ensure that you're not going to be the reason that they don't go home to their family that night.
And her 3 children.
Yeah.
Okay. Godspeed to the family of Christina, and Godspeed for you, Christina, for everything that you've done, not only serving the state of Illinois, but also the United States with the National Guard. So God bless you and Godspeed. This is Agent Eliezer Ramos Velez with Puerto Rico Police Department. His end of watch was March 29th. He was shot and killed while following several off-road vehicles whose riders had been shooting guns in the air at passing cars. He was on his way home from his shift driving his personal vehicle, but still in uniform when he witnessed the motorcycle and ATV riders shooting at vehicles as they drove along. Officer Ramos radioed in the event, followed the vehicles along the highway, updated the dispatchers as they turned to Sabana housing project along Monserrata Avenue. After dispatchers received no additional radio contact from Agent Ramos, officers located his body in the driver's seat of his vehicle inside the housing complex. His service weapon and police radio had been stolen. The suspects remain at large. Agent Ramos Velez had served with the Puerto Rico Police Department for over 12 years. Is survived by his son and girlfriend. Our hearts and prayers go out to not only the department but to the family of the officer, and hopefully we can get these idiots that did this.
I'm gonna say, if you use the word person, I hope you use it
No.
lightly.
You shouldn't. We hope we can get Agent Velez's shooters in custody. This is Lead Officer Adam Buckner with the Department of Tucson Police Department in Arizona. His end of watch is March 31st, 2024. He was struck and killed in a vehicle accident while responding to a call for service. Officer Buckner was traveling north on Campbell Avenue in Tucson with emergency lights and sirens. As he went through the green light in the intersection on 6th Street, a vehicle failed to yield and turned into his patrol car. He was transported to Banner University Medical Center where he succumbed to his injuries. Officer Buckner had served with the Tucson Police Department for over 2 years. Previously served with the New Orleans Police Department in Louisiana for 4 years. He is survived by his wife, mother, brothers, and sisters. Hearts and prayers out to him and his family. Again, if we can just slow down, pay attention, and we're all in a hurry to get somewhere, which I don't understand because we're all going to get there eventually.
Yeah, then the 30 seconds or minute that you saved and took someone's life for,
Yeah.
definitely not worth it.
No. I think we're in the last day of the donut deal. Is that right?
No, it goes until the end of
Would
June.
you tell everybody about this?
So we've partnered. Oh gosh, what was that? Krispy Kreme. Sorry, I'm like,
Okay.
oh. So we're doing a fundraiser in partnership with Krispy Kreme. We've got it posted on our website now and all our individual pages, I'm sure. Not that any of us are competitive or
No,
anything,
no.
but not at all. Sheila's in the lead right now,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not for long. Um, so what we're doing is you have the opportunity to buy pretty much a gift card. You know, you can buy a dozen of donuts or many dozens of donuts online, and then you get
Coupon
a
code.
mobile coupon, and you can go pick up and get your Krispy Kreme donuts, whatever variety you'd like, from your local Krispy Kreme. They're also wonderful to buy for,
Anybody.
maybe your agency's had a rough week and, you just want to take something nice to them. You know, that in a little card, something, I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Your office, you and your coworkers need to have a nice Friday morning donut day. It's a great thing.
Absolutely.
Kid having a sleepover. What kid does not want to wake up in the morning with his buddies to some Krispy Kremes? There's the options are endless. Myself, I know my husband's looking forward to me going and picking some up for him and his coworkers. It's just a nice treat, and it's a wonderful way that you get something great out of it, because who doesn't like Krispy Kremes? And you also get to support us.
Yeah.
We get 50% of the cost. They're donating back 50% of each dozen of donuts to us. I think it runs through the end of June. We've just kind of kicked it off here in the last couple days, so we're gonna start
Every Friday we'll be
we're gonna start
reminding you.
pushing it to, hey, Friday fun day, let's go get some
Friday
donuts.
fun day. Love that. Let's get to some comments. We really kept all of our viewers today. We are hitting literally 50 minutes.
I know, and that's
That's a
long.
lot,
We
yeah.
usually, we try. At
We
least
try
I
to
try
keep-
not to
Yeah.
stay on that long.
Richard, good evening. Can't wait to see you, buddy. Love ya. And say hi to Tammy, please.
Enjoy your new Buc-ee's.
Yeah, thank you. Joel, good evening, buddy. Tammy, love you.
Hi, Tammy.
Heather, good evening. Eddie, love you, buddy.
I hope that Trooper's doing well. I haven't heard anything about Trooper lately, so I'm excited. You need to send pictures of Trooper.
Can we really quick talk about? We got some great news from Amy Modane, and I'm sorry I don't have anything up here, but Amy Modane and some great folks. So those of you that don't know who Amy Modane is, she is a survivor. William Modane was killed in the line of duty, just like Eddie's beautiful husband was killed in the line of duty in 2019. Amy's was as well. Well, she's been really working hard since January of getting this bill revised and into the governor's office and passed, and the governor signed off on it. This bill allows survivors of any a state employee
With a high risk
with a
job position,
Yes.
which could be, it's not just law enforcement.
No.
There's so many construction workers, woodworkers,
yes,
quite a few what they consider what are high risk.
that they are now eligible to retain the benefits of their loved ones and still carry on with their lives and get remarried without losing.
Yeah, so I guess the way that it had been written, which is a little backwards, when you're the surviving spouse of one of these people that are lost in the line of doing their work, your benefit that you receive for the loss of your
Loved one,
loved one, if you were to get remarried,
you would lose that
you lose the benefit.
completely. It didn't matter if you had a child, if it didn't matter if you,
It's just gone.
it's gone.
Which has, caused a lot of hurt with some people and not being able to move forward freely with their lives because, if they haven't been able to support themselves.
Absolutely.
But it shouldn't matter if
No.
if they remarry or not. That has no bearing on the relationship and
What happened?
what it was
Yeah.
then. Remarrying someone else shouldn't matter. So
So
it's
Amy's going to get me some stuff. We'll post it on ours. We are so blessed and happy to hear that this passed, and we are proud of Amy for struggling again and getting this to pass. So,
I am very happy for all of Colorado and
Yeah.
all their
absolutely.
high risk employees throughout the entire state
Yeah.
who don't have to worry about that anymore.
No.
They can just live their lives
Yeah.
and as they see fit.
Absolutely.
So it's Colorado did good.
Patty, good evening from Texas. Thank you so much. Eden, thank you for watching us and thank you for spending time with us. Sandy says, "You're amazing, Allison. What amazing numbers you'll be covering. So blessed to see your love. We'll be able to come and be part of this journey." So
I am excited to get you guys the route and see when you guys are gonna come join us again for a little while.
Yeah.
We would love to see the whole core clan.
absolutely. Billy, love you, brother. Would love to see you sometime this year. Would love to have you be part of us again. And again, I say this pretty much every time that I remember. But Billy Reynolds is absolutely amazing. He has spearheaded this whole recognizing veterans and honoring and starting the
Their
Delta Honor Guard. And I just amazing. If you guys get a chance and you're in the area, go see Billy, and he will open his doors and tell you a lot more about what he's doing. So God bless you, Billy. So the ride to Africa is scheduled for end of the year. It'll happen last week of November into December. How you can submit a nomination is fill out a detailed letter, submit it to info@eowride.org. Um, they will in September look at it. What you do need to know and have, Jason, is a valid American U.S. passport or a valid passport. The rest we will help you navigate once you're chosen. We have to get visas. You do have to get shots. The shots are going to be a little bit touchy because you will have to get them in October for the trip end of November. So we'll talk about that. But please submit info@eowride.org. Sandy says amazing again. So thank you, Sandy. The Veterans Day celebration, October 31st and November 1st. If you guys are in Atlanta, Georgia, go down and see this. It's amazing.
It is an amazing event that they put on, that Delta puts on there, and all the work that Billy and his team and all the guys. I mean, there's so
Yeah,
much goes
yeah.
into it, and some of the most amazing aircraft
Yeah.
that you'll ever have the opportunity to see, and how they honor their veterans and any veteran. It's incredible.
It's free of charge.
Yeah, you get a chance, you're in the area, absolutely make a day and go down there and say hi and hear all the stories from the veterans that are there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jason says kudos to sponsors as always. Jason, yes, kudos to sponsors. Chris Ellsworth, good evening to all of you. Love you, Chris. Jim, love you, brother. Here's Tammy giving a thumbs up as always. If you hear a yeah, it's gonna be Sean. We know that.
Yeah, he has an issue. I know.
Evening, Daryl. Love
Hi,
you, brother.
Really looking forward to seeing you guys when we're in the area. Glad that we're gonna get to see you before you guys head out on your trip.
Cynthia, love you and thank you for supporting us.
Cynthia is really incredible.
She, yeah, she's our one of our behind the scenes. Um, the last minute is managing all of the accommodations and getting all of the
All her hotels.
hotel. But what do you call those where they give you
Reservation.
yeah, reservation. Thanks.
It's not just that she, just out of the blue, just was like, sure, I'll pick a hotel. She
No.
pulls up and she looks at maps. She reaches out to
Yeah.
them to see,
Can we fit?
multiple
Yeah.
per night, trying to figure out the best rate. Two, if they're willing and or able to donate any rooms. Three, and maybe one of the most important things is if, to make sure that we have adequate parking, and that it's safe for the memorial and for our motorcycles. I mean, it's not like, oh, we're going to be in this area, just pick a hotel. She is incredible with finding out all these details that we know we need to have that information before we show up and we're like, oh, you're no parking.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
now what? So she does an incredible job with that.
Yeah. So she's amazing. I'll let you answer this one, Alan. I love you. I love you dearly. Don't
I-
think we've seen anything from the tribe.
We have not seen anything from the tribe. I think 2 years ago we did. We have not seen any
anything.
yet. But I'm maybe not yell, but
Yeah,
you know,
don't yell,
maybe
but
we
we
can
love
have
you. We love
we
you. Yeah,
absolutely
we
love you and
And,
Paula and
yeah.
the whole family and Tanya and the kid. I mean, all of you. It's got no bearing.
And Charlie's still
Yes.
so
Oh, yeah,
please.
he's still on my bike, so I still tell people about him at every chance that I get. And for you and Paula to know, so every raffle ticket that I sell, still even now, I use Charlie's pen. So I've had to go through and I've bought some refill uh, ink inserts for it because I ran out of ink. But
Yeah.
I've now got plenty of inserts in Charlie's pen, along with Charlie on my motorcycle. He's gonna go across the country yet again. So
Yeah, another 22,000.
another 22,000 miles.
But I am gonna get with you, Alan, because we need the drum fixed because when it was in the memorial, the heat warped one of the
20.
corners.
In 21, yeah.
Yeah, so well, we'll talk
Yeah.
about that. So Richard is happy that his trucker hats finally came in.
You're gonna be so happy, Richard. They're so cool.
Joel is sending loves as always. Eden says that's pretty. That's pretty. Jason, your husband is weird.
He's not weird. He just really likes the trucker hats.
Yeah.
That's a great hat to go into town hat. Sunday church hat.
So, Tammy needs to get new glasses. Oh my God, and Heather needs new glasses. So listen, love you guys all. Jerry, man, love you. Have a blessed weekend, buddy. Yeah, no donut. Go in
Yeah.
the truck with me. No.
Share very well, so no donuts in the truck for you.
We got the wigs ready. We'll get the wigs ready. Absolutely. So Kelly reaches out and says, Allison loves you. So, again, thank you guys so much. It's a whole hour tonight. I didn't even expect that. And we got a lot of information out there. More importantly, our routes ready. It'll be on the webpage soon. Anything that you can get to have people meet us at the stops or even support us or buy stuff off the webpage or on the day of the stop. You know, it's about the families. The more money we can raise for scholarships, the more money we can raise for departments in different forms. That's what we're about. Um, you know, we are a volunteer-based company. We are a volunteer-based organization. Allison doesn't get paid anything. I don't get paid anything when we're on this. And so please recognize that when the team is giving up these days and being on the road, it's for the families. It's for what we believe in, and not everybody understands what we believe in, and not everybody cares about what we believe in. But I think our belief is pretty strong, where we're going to say the names of these beautiful men and women, and we're going to remind the survivors that their loved ones are not going to be forgotten ever, whether it's now or 1910. Send us information if you'd like to remember somebody from the past. We'd love to bring that to fruition. We'd love to honor them. We're working on a separate project on the side where one of our 2019 memorials is going to be the tribute memorial on one side. It will always have the 2019 officers on one side, but on the other side, we're going to bring officers from the past that we will keep for 2 years from the nation and talk about them. And so, in reference to, it'll kind of reflect what we're doing with the bikes, but on a larger scale. So, God bless all of you. Again, please move over, pull over, or just stop if you see an emergency vehicle. No texting and driving, and no drinking and driving. And please, please, please make sure you get your seatbelts on. Anything else?
For those living in the state of Ohio, I just recently found this out the other day. Even though it's now not illegal to talk on the phone and hold your phone up to your ear, please use a hands-free device.
Please.
As you know, don't just because it's not illegal anymore for whatever reason they changed the law, but just because it's not illegal anymore doesn't make it right. Still, stay off your phones. Pay attention to the road. I know, that's a beautiful
bike. We got lots of tickets. Lots of tickets. You can buy them on the ride. You can buy them by calling us. We'll get an ambassador out to your location. And $20. Let us know.
It's a 2021 Harley Davidson Pan America Special, which means it has the adjustable ride height and actually some pretty other cool things about it. It's got 8 miles on it. I was like, I wasn't sure if it was 8 or 12. So
8 miles.
So though it's not brand new technically, but it's got 8 miles on it. So it's pretty darn new. So it's an amazing bike. It's got every awesome option, some great bags. They're just really cool. Dual sport adventure bikes. That's what they are. Sorry, not a dual sport. They're adventure bikes. So absolutely for $20, that could be yours. Come this September when we do the drawing. And for those not in our local area, in the Pacific Northwest, we still will bring it to you wherever you're at. So
we've been doing this now every year, so we haven't given up on anyone.
No, it's in all the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds go towards helping us keep this memorial on the road and visiting these men and women's families and agencies and communities to help remember them.
Yeah.
I was just asked by an agency earlier this week that he was like, I can't believe you guys would come all the way here to our tiny little town and how much it meant to them that this organization out of Washington State's coming to the middle of nowhere in this tiny community to honor their officer. And we want to make sure we can keep that going. It's every single visit matters. So
exactly.
Buy some raffle tickets. And some merchandise.
All right. God bless you all. Have a blessed weekend. Have some good family time out there. Do some family dinners. Please make sure you say a prayer for the families that are not here and for the survivors that are by themselves now. And just say a good blessing for them. Keep them in your thoughts and prayers, and you all have a blessed weekend.